Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Sunday. Um, Hopefully, this echo. Let me know if this echo is a big deal, and I can switch that up. But um, I'm in between football games right now. I was watching some football. Had some thoughts this weekend that I wanted to share with you guys, particularly around messaging and a few things that I see and mistakes that I've made in the past with um, trying to attract buyers, help people, um, and I'm just going to jump right into it. So I think what I think most of us tend to do when we're putting out content, when we're talking about what we do, when we're getting our word out to other people, is we tend to start off talking just essentially about the services that we do, right? So it's hey, we offer tax prep. This is what we do. Are you looking for your tax return to get done? Are you looking for bookkeeping services? Are you whatever it is, right? Tax planning. Um, so you're kind of starting by focusing on your service, and you're not really meeting where your prospects, where the vast majority of your prospects are at, or where the vast majority of your market's at. So you might attract, you're really ready to buy people, like, which might be 0.5% to 1% of your market. It can depend on what the service is, what time of year it is, right? So every once in a while, I mean, it's not terrible to be, a little direct and to talk about your service straight up. But you want to also make sure that you're meeting your prospects where they're at. So that's really that's really the first one, and that's like what most people tend to do is just get right into talking about this is what I do, or in messages just straight pitching what they do. And you're not really meeting your prospects where you're at. And there's so much noise out there these days that people have their guards up on it. So um, so you can do a little bit of that and pepper that in, but so that's the first piece. The second thing I see is when people start to do problem solution messaging, which is good generally. You want to understand what your target market's problems are and pain points are, uh, and start to explain how your solution can solve them, or start just communicating about their pain points. But the problem I see is that we're way too broad a lot of times. We're trying to say, hey, small business owners, right? Do you want to, are you spending too much time in the day to day? Are you, trying to grow? Are you spending time doing your own bookkeeping? And you really can't get into the detail that really resonates with people if you're trying to talk to the world, like every business owner out there. Hey, entrepreneurs, hey, small business owners. And this is what like 95% of people are doing. And it's not really resonating because you're trying to speak to too many people at once, right? Say, hey, Sam, what's up? And hopefully you're following. I appreciate you being on. Um, so it'd be like if I'm trying to talk to a plumber and an accountant at the same time. They think about their problems completely different, right? Plumbers are thinking about their workers, and how many hours are they on the job sites, and like what's their profit margin per job, and like some of this stuff interlaps with accountants, but they may communicate or they may have different vocabulary about how they speak about this stuff, right? So if you're posting something on content out there to, on social media, most people are going to run right through it, and not going to stop scrolling with everything that's out there if you're not really resonating with them and catching their attention that this is for them right away, using their vocabulary. So that's why the really the where you want your majority of marketing to be is around what are those big powerful pain points that are currently resonating with your ideal client and target market right now. So you want to be, as the cat comes in here, you want to be really specific, really specific about about who you're trying to reach. I really love industries because every industry is going to have different vocabulary, different vernacular. Like accountants, we have billable hours, we have team, we have tax season, we got 1040s. So you have different vocabulary, and when you speak on these things, it really people will realize immediately, hey, he's talking to me or she's talking to me, right? So you really want to have a really good understanding of what are the big pressing pain points in this industry. So if we look at something like construction, right? Construction right now, we have inflation concerns, right? So that's causing them trouble when it comes to pricing their jobs accurately and and analyzing their profit margins and their margins of their jobs. Material costs going up and down and being variable with all the craziness that happened with lumber this year and the last couple of years. Issues with retaining, finding, and bringing in a team, and finding good talent, finding good workers, right? And probably working too much. They probably are working, a lot of them might be working more out on the field than they want, and want to be more focused on building the business. So, as I'm petting the cat here, that is here. Hey, what's up? So that's really important. So it's really important to take that time to identify, like, who do you really enjoy working with, and then once you understand who, then really getting clear on what are the things that they're really actively talking about, thinking about in their business, right? And how can I convey what I do as part of solving some of these big pressing problems, right? Because as accountants, there's different things we can do in terms of saving taxes. We can do things in terms of giving them insights on their financials, right? And when you do this, you're ultimately saving them time and saving them profit, and increasing profits, right? So when profits are up, they're able to reallocate those profits into whether they want to take that vacation, whether they want to hire somebody so they can work less time out in the field, allocating it to advertising, marketing, right? So I'm trying to see the chat here. Hey, Sam. So that's really it. So it's really good. At least 80% of your content plus should be focused around your ideal client target market's problems, right? And maybe helping them shift how they think about those problems even more. And that's really good, because if you can explain and detail their problems better than they even can, they're gonna have so much trust, and they're gonna have so much trust for you, credibility for you, that actually you can help them solve it, right? And I'll just give you guys another example, like helping them to think about their problems in a different way, right? Because oftentimes these business owners, they may think, hey, I just need to spend more on advertising to get more clients or get more customers. But a lot of times it may just be, hey, you're not leveraging the resources, the money that's coming in as efficiently as possible. And it's really like pouring water into a leaky bucket, right? And an example from my end, right? A lot of times I talk to people that they want to get more leads in the door. They want to have more calls on their calendar. And yes, like we need to get more leads, but also there's things that need to be fixed around sales process, around offer structure, around positioning and authority. So it's really like helping to educate your market on how to think about their problems is really, really valuable. So that's it. To recap, don't put out just everything focused on your service. Put out that you can pepper that in a little bit, and don't try to speak to the world. Get really clear about who you want to focus on and what their problems are, and communicate to them, and then think about them as you're writing that content, right? And use their language and use how they talk about their problems, okay? And put that content out around them, okay? So that's all I got on this Sunday. Hope you guys are doing incredible. Comment on this. Let me know if you thought it was valuable, and I'll talk to you guys soon.